The Cavs are finally getting back to a semblance of full strength with the recent returns of both Ricky Rubio and Dean Wade. That's about as healthy as this team can be, Dylan Willer notwithstanding. And with that being the case, they have some serious questions to answer now they finally have the missing pieces to do it. With at least 10 players that have deserved playtime at one time or another this season currently at their disposal, who plays and who sits? Well, for starters, you can get out your choice of writing utensil and pencil in the usual starting five, which includes DG, Spida, Ice, Mobley, and Jared Allen. Now off the bench, I'm going to assume that JB Bickerstaff is going to elect to keep Karis LeVert, Ricky Rubio, and Cedi Osman in the rotation at the moment unless a move is made, especially in the case of LeVert. That's 8. Now that ninth man is tricky, and when I say ninth, I don't literally mean the ninth dude to enter the game. I just want to clarify that. That last spot comes, in my opinion, down to Dean Wade and Kevin Love at the moment. And man, I'm gonna just come right out and say it. It's Dean Wade's job to lose right now. No disrespect to Kevin Love at all. He's a future Hall of Famer who could certainly get it going again, but not right now. And that's for multiple reasons. First, let's take a look at how K-Love has fared recently. Over his last 10 appearances, dude has been ice cold, and I'm not exaggerating. Although Love has given the Cavs 5.3 points and 5.3 rebounds over that stretch, his shooting splits have been shitty. 30.5% from the field, 24.2% from range, and underwhelming defense. Now on the season as a whole, the UCLA alum isn't faring terribly, but he is quietly having one of the worst statistical seasons of his career from a percentage standpoint. His 38.9% from the field is the second lowest of his career, and his 3-point percentage is his lowest since the 2012-2013 season. Let that sink in. That's a 10-year difference. Combine that with the fact that Love has taken the fewest triples since his third year in the league and making his lowest amount in 10 years, and you can begin to see what I'm saying. I'm not going to waste too much time on his defense because we know that I could literally put a low light reel together of all the times in which an opponent has taken advantage of him defensively. It just wouldn't be right. Taking all that into account, it's pretty easy to see why some fans want him glued to the pine since he isn't performing well offensively. That brings me back to Dean Wade, a player with similar size who many people envisioned suiting up within the confines of the starting unit but couldn't take the job because of injury and Isaac Okoro's recent emergence as a respectable 3-point shooter. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? He's back and he's already made his impact felt on both ends of the floor. Wade has been back for 5 games now, but it's truly the last 3 that have been awesome because he only saw the floor for a combined 14 minutes in his first 2 as he was eased back into the lineup. Over these last 3 games, Wade has averaged 9.3 points, 3.7 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. He shot 50% from the field, 40% from 3-point range, and little over 25 minutes a game. At this point in their respective careers, Wade can be just as effective a floor spacer as Love, and he's actually capable of providing respectable defense. He's clearly a hell of a lot more mobile than Kev at this point, and I don't see that ever changing. It just comes more naturally to Wade. And with this being the case, I am completely okay with benching Love for now in favor of Wade, thus completing a bench unit foursome of LeVert, Rubio, Osman, and Wade if the Cavs want to go 9 deep. And look, there are going to be games in which the Cavs opt to deploy a 10-man rotation, especially if one or more starters isn't playing up to par. That's when Love or Lamar Stevens could factor in a nice little change of pace. Anyways, let me know down in the comments whether or not Love should be benched.